In this video, we are going to talk about the number one thing that you need to do to make sure that you reach the goals you have for your small business. Definitely, it's the number one thing you need to do. What is it? You need to ask yourself how you feel about those goals. It's that simple. Let's do this. My name's Meredith, and this is the Meredith Callagher Show, where we talk about marketing plans for small businesses. I believe that hope is not a strategy. Every small business has got to put a plan in place to be successful. Now this week, I'm in Asheville, which works because Asheville is so groovy, and some people might think that the topic I have for this week is a little woo-woo, a little groovy. We're going to talk about feelings and how the feelings that you have about your business can drastically change the results that you get. And why do I want to talk to y'all about feelings? Because when I decided to launch this YouTube over a year ago, before you all ever saw it, I started learning about YouTube videos and online marketing. I listened to podcasts, I listened to TED Talks, I read some books, I listened to books. I spent a lot of my time in my car, so a lot of my learning was from listening. And all of these great entrepreneurs that I was attracted to, they all said the number one factor for successful entrepreneurs is mindset. Enough of them finally said it that I decided I better get my mindset right. What I figured out, even though they say different words to describe the mindset that works for them, they were all really saying the same thing, that once they change their thoughts, they change the results. It's a little woo-woo, and I'm not attracted to woo-woo, but it's also kind of relieving that really we just have to learn this one thing that they're all saying, and we have to find the person that we resonate with that is making sense to us. And if we can figure that out and then change our thoughts, then we can reach all our goals. How awesome is that? I decided that I wanted to do a video for you guys to help you learn about the mindset that you need to adopt to be successful in your business. I decided that probably you had a few questions. First, you might be questioning, what, Meredith? I don't understand. What are you talking about? None of these people have resonated with me. So I'm going to share with you who resonated with me and how I learned to make sense of this mindset stuff. And then once I got it, once I understood that my thoughts will lead directly to my results, then what thoughts did I find it important to adopt that will lead me to a successful business? Because I have a feeling that a lot of the same thoughts that I needed to change or to adopt are the same ones that maybe you do too. So in today's video, let's talk about who really resonated with me, who said something that explained the fact where I could get it, that my results were created by my thoughts. Now really there are two people. There's Rachel Hollis, who is my cheerleader. She's my coach. She cheers for me and then she tells me like the real truth when I need to hear it. I talked about what I learned from Rachel in a past video. I'm gonna link it here. What she said and what makes sense and what started working for me is that I should write down every day 10 goals as if they already happened. Rachel explained that if I wrote down the goals as if they've already happened, then my brain would start working to make that true. Well, that was easy enough to do for me. I could spend 5 minutes in the morning, first writing down my gratitudes, and then 10 goals as if they already happened. But I wanted a little bit more, and maybe you do too. I really wanted to understand the science behind it. So I found another great entrepreneur that really broke it down for me and made the light bulb go off. It really made it all click in my mind. The second teacher who I love to learn from online is a lady named Brooke Castillo. She has a podcast called The Life Coaching School, and she actually started by coaching people on how to lose weight, and then she started teaching people how to coach. She started teaching life coaches, and now she still does that, but she also teaches people how to coach themselves. She teaches us all to use a model. And her model is so simple, you guys. This was my light bulb. The model that makes sense to me is that my circumstances create my thoughts, and that my thoughts create my feelings, and my feelings create my actions, and my actions create my results. Now, we can't change our circumstances. Our circumstances are facts, like very bare bones facts. But I can change the thoughts that I have around my circumstances And once I do that, once I change my thoughts, that'll change my feelings, that will change my actions, that will lead to different results. What's so cool is that if I know the results that I want to achieve, I can pick any thought that I want. I have to be willing to believe that the thoughts that I have about everything surrounding my business are wrong. So I'm going to change them so I can get to the results that I want. Why do I have to be willing to think there's a possibility that I've been wrong all along? Well, my circumstances aren't currently what I want them to be, right? I have this vision of growing, of creating a huge business, and it's not here yet. That means that I've got to change my actions, and in order to do that, I've got to change my feelings, and so I've got to change my thoughts, right? That makes complete sense to me. I don't know about you, but I don't mind that. I don't mind saying, you know what? Maybe I was wrong about everything. Let's start over. Let's look at each thought that I have about my business, decide if it's a good thought, if it's serving me, and if it is, keep it in place. And if it's not, let's change it and move on to the next thing. I want you to digest that. I want you to believe that your circumstances create your thoughts. Your thoughts create your feelings. Your feelings create your actions, and your actions lead to results. If we can change our thoughts, then we can have anything we want. Who has questions? If you have questions, please ask them below. But if not, I want you to spend this week absorbing it. Write it down. Write the model down. I want you to believe hard. If you change your thoughts, you can change your results. This is the Meredith Callagher Show. Please subscribe and like the video so I can work with more small businesses and so you can get notified every time I upload a video. And next week, I'm going to talk about the thoughts that I've adopted, that I've put into practice to change my results. So next week, I'm going to share with you the thoughts that I have adopted, that I have put into practice thinking every day to lead to different results for me. I think that we probably have some of the same thoughts that we need to think to reach success in our small business. If they're not the same thoughts, then I think me sharing them with you will help trigger and help you identify the thoughts that you need to be thinking to reach your results. So I'll see you next week. Have a good week and really spend time learning this model or thinking about this model and proving it true to yourself.